Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Cam, and I am joined here by Skylar.
How's it going, guys?
You almost dropped your phone. I saw
did.
that.
Nice catch.
And we're here to talk about the next episode of Clone Wars, A Distant Echo.
That's right.
You're trying to take my line.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, okay. Before we started, I shouldn't say we, our producer here forgot to plug in the mic, so we're having to do all of this all over again.
We were only like a minute in. We barely got past the Padme scene.
It was like 2 minutes.
It's whatever.
But anyway, we open up with the episode. We're back at the base.
We're back at the base.
And the squad and Anakin are waiting for approval from the council.
Yes.
So,
and before they head out, they have a thing.
Yeah, a thing. So,
And it's that scene where I can really appreciate the new design because it's gotten so good that you can see the smallest like eyebrow raise from Anakin's like.
You can actually like really tell that he's
hinting
at Rex like we have that thing to go do before we go do this important thing.
Yes, this is equally important to me, please.
Yeah. So we don't, before we get any further into the scene, we don't know what exactly that thing is, but knowing Star Wars and knowing Anakin's past, we can kind of take the hint that he's wanting to talk to Padme.
Yeah. Because they're currently in the Outer Rim sieges.
Yeah.
Which takes place between 2 and obviously between 2 and 3, but it's like they finished the Outer Rim sieges right before Episode 3.
Yeah.
They only come back because of the kidnapping of the Chancellor.
Yeah.
And so I guess Anakin and Rex have a little system.
Yeah.
Where
they have their own code.
Their own little code.
So
he'll post Rex outside of the barracks, and he'll take Rex's helmet inside.
I love their little choreography. Like they're walking about, doing their own business. They get to the barracks. Rex just leisurely takes off his helmet and just gives it to Anakin. And he's walking inside, and we're thinking, what is he doing? And then he puts
the helmet down. I'm like...
He puts down the comm link, the hologram pops up, and it's Padme.
Of course, yeah.
And I like the outfit that they chose to go with.
It's the outfit from
episode
3 whenever she gets killed.
No.
No!
Oh, look at me, it looks so good.
And this was actually something that you had noted that I did not, but during their scene, they're playing Anakin and Padme's theme, which is listed as Across the Stars.
Yeah.
And you can barely hear it in the background, but I love it whenever they pull in music from the movies for scenes like that.
Yeah.
Because it's their theme. You gotta play it at some point.
Padme, I'm so sorry. We didn't anticipate the Outer Rim sieges would last this long.
Even if you're not really big on Anakin and Padme being in a relationship, you can still appreciate the animators, giving credit to that, giving credit to George. And
they're trying.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're trying, man.
So you hear their theme, their music, and it just comes on slightly. It's not like very overpowering. It's very quiet, and they're having a conversation about the battle in the Outer Rim.
Yeah,
and Anakin's thinking about, I thought it was going to take, like a couple of rotations.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting it to be as long as it is.
Yeah, that's why they call it a siege, Anakin. That's what Padme says. And he's like, oh, yeah.
Right. And it's during their little conversation that it keeps cutting back to Rex. He's just standing outside. He's trying to act casual. There's a clone trooper walks by and he just goes... But, of course, nothing like this can ever go without its little hindrances.
Yeah.
Because he sees across the hangar, good old Obi-Wan's on his way, and he's like,
"Hey, Rex!" He's like,
"Oh
crap!" He starts banging on the door, telling Anakin to hurry. And since Anakin and Rex have their own code,
but I like how Anakin even just knows. It's like, Padme's like, "What is it?" It's like
Obi-Wan.
It's Obi-Wan. Who else?
Yeah. And I love the little back and forth dialogue between Rex and Obi-Wan because
this is the first time we hear James Arnold Taylor again. That's the actor's name that plays him.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the first time we hear him. He wasn't in episode 1. This is the first time we hear him. Season 7.
Wow.
Yeah. and I missed that man's voice.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I can pick up on saying some things, all right?
Okay, I'll give you credit. So, James Arnold Taylor.
James Arnold Taylor.
See, I didn't even know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they're having this conversation back and forth, like, "Where's Anakin?" Well, I don't know, sir. He's
in the I think he's in the barracks.
Yeah, I think he's inspecting my equipment. Or shouldn't you be doing that? Yeah.
Like what? What did he say? Like
their I think I know what you're saying. Yeah. The favorite piece of dialogue from that little conversation is, "Oh, I'm just waiting for the general." General.
You're going to have to do better than that, Rex.
What's going on here?
Oh, nothing, sir. I was just waiting for the general. General.
You'll have to do better than that, Captain.
Obi-Wan, he's like, you can't fool that man.
Yeah. So,
and we also see him in his new design as well. He's got the flowing sleeves like all the other Jedi.
Yeah. And
I feel like his beard is a little thicker than before. It might just be just the general outfit that makes his head seem a little different, but I feel like it just might be updated animations. But
why
he
just
his
beard so much.
That's a sexy beard.
Oh my god!
I wish I could have a beard like that, man.
Okay.
I think I'd rock it.
Okay. Anyway, so Anakin ends a conversation telling Padme that he loves her, and
you can see she's kind of holding her belly a little bit, and a lot of people are like, how does he not know? It's slight.
Yeah.
It's very slight. Plus, you gotta also consider he's standing directly in front of her, and it's a hologram. I don't think you're going to notice a lot of curve when it's just a flat image.
Newsflash, holograms make you look slimmer. So hopefully in the future we'll have more holograms because, thin life. No, but anyway, so I wanted to disagree about the whole slight baby bump thing, but you do see it from the side angles. Just it's hinted at. Mm-hmm. And so...
She at least knows.
Yeah, and the way her body posture, she's kind of... holding it right here, and
she started the conversation holding her hands.
Yeah. Like so, that's the start of Leia and Luke, and I thought that was pretty cool to introduce that into the conversation. So that whole piece wraps up, and Anakin comes out, casually, like, "Oh, here's your helmet back, Rex."
Yeah, man, your gear's all good.
Yeah, and he's trying to move along as sly as he can. Oh, we gotta go.
And Obi-Wan's like, "Yes, about your mission. Oh, the council approved it? All right, awesome, let's go." And he's like, wait, that's not
what I said.
And then,
okay.
And then he throws out a line that has a lot of people confused, I guess.
Oh,
he's like, "Oh, I do hope you told Padme I said hello."
Yeah, I don't know why. You and I have talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't know why people are, confused or surprised that Obi-Wan at least knows something about Anakin and Padme.
There's definitely been hints throughout the show in general.
Yeah, and even in the
whenever Padme, well, he knows that Anakin's the father, pretty much.
Well, yeah, but
I think that pretty much confirms his suspicions then.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows they're married, but he knows that they're at least close.
Yeah.
Because anytime Padme is brought up, Anakin just starts immediately acting a little different. Like remember the Clovis arc? Whenever
Mr. Jealous, dude.
Mr. Jealous. Well, he had reason, but
he nearly beat him to death.
He was assaulting his wife. She was not consenting to that.
Oh well.
But I remember a specific scenario where they're talking about how Padme knows a friend who is associating with the Separatists, and he's like, "I didn't know that," and Obi-Wan just kind of goes,
like,
he just kind of gives a smile. It's like, "Oh boy, here we go." Yeah. So it's safe to say that he knows something.
Yeah, but the reason I say he even at least knows something in the movies is the Battle of Geonosis towards the very end.
Yeah, he's freaking out over Padme.
Yeah, you just see him get super emotional and freaking out that, Padme fell. And yeah, any sane person would, but you can tell that there's a little bit more emotion there than just, "Oh my gosh, my friend's on the floor." Like, no, "Oh my gosh, a person I love is falling off the ship."
You know what Obi-Wan should have said that would have just immediately turned Anakin away from even doing that? "Anakin, there's sand down there!" Anakin would be like, "You're right." Dang it. Sorry, Padme.
Oh my gosh.
But
oh man. But anyway,
they leave for their mission.
Yeah. So we get a little bit of dialogue again with the Bad Batch.
Actually, something they cut out. I saw some clips from the unfinished episodes, and apparently there was some nose art on the Bad Batch's ship.
Oh yeah,
of a sexy Padme, and Anakin's like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, that's our girl, the senator from Naboo."
Yeah, we like her.
And Anakin's like, "We are taking that down."
I don't know why they took that out.
It's in Rebels.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I do wish they kind of left that in.
I forgot about that too.
But after seeing the image, I'm also kind of like, yeah, that's a bit skimpy for Clone Wars.
Yeah,
it's no Slave Leia, but it's enough.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we have some dialogue between the team, Rex and Anakin, and they're asking them who they report to. And he's like, "Oh, I don't even know." It's like,
yeah,
okay, all right. It just adds to the mystery of the squad.
Yeah,
and
because they even said, "I know you worked with Cody."
Yeah,
but as far as we know, there's no other higher authority that they report to directly.
Mm-hmm. So they're approaching Skako Minor, and
I also want to bring up that Wrecker's freaking one arm with a freaking gonk droid,
yeah.
and in the other end he's eating like a freaking turkey leg. Like, all right, Wrecker, listen, no need to show off, all right?
Oh yeah, but we're approaching Skako Minor. And I don't think this planet has ever been introduced into the universe before. At least I don't think.
Not that I can remember. Like, I know the other planet that they're on is in an episode of Rebels.
Yeah.
But this particular planet, I'm not entirely sure. No. And it's inhabited by the Politech race.
Yep. Very, very primitive.
Yes, they're very, very reptilian.
Yeah.
Like, they're very thin. Like, even their heads are, like, ovals.
Mm.
They're super thin. They kind of walk around on all fours.
Yeah. Long necks.
Very lanky.
Long limbs, everything.
And their language is very, very interesting as well.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like auto-tune mixed with...
It's echo. It's kind of like... It's kind of like how... whenever you take your voice and you put it through like an audio mixer and they reverse it, it kind of sounds like they did that, especially whenever they were doing tech translating for them. Yeah. It sounded like they just had him say something and then they just played it backwards. That's kind of what it sounded like to me.
But this race is known as, what did you call it? The Poltech?
Politech?
Politechs, and that's what I wrote. Tech gives like kind of a brief history about them, letting the team know that they worship these flying reptiles.
Which are immediately shows up, and there's like, yeah, that's one of them right there.
So introducing a new race is pretty cool. I don't think we've ever seen this type of species before.
No.
So that was pretty interesting. And as they land, they get attacked, or they get bombarded by one of the flying reptiles.
Like, get it off!
Yeah. Wrecker's, trying to remain calm and not...
as calm as he can be.
Get an itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, because Anakin's given the orders, don't shoot, only disarm.
Yeah, and then a couple seconds later, he gets taken.
Yeah, a couple more get snagged, or a couple more of these flying creatures come around the side, and they snag Anakin. And I wrote in my notes, Anakin drops saber again. Like, this man cannot hold on to his lightsaber.
No.
And what made it even funnier, it was his robot hand, so he's literally got an iron grip.
Yeah.
On that thing, and he freaking drops it. I'm like, come on!
Yeah.
Freaking Cal Kestis from freaking Jedi Fallen Order held onto his lightsaber more than you. You haven't played it. But,
I haven't played it yet. I'm sorry.
But yes, they then, they have another very interesting tactic.
Yeah.
Of following / trying to save Anakin.
Yeah. What did you call it in last episode? An unorthodox
tactic? They're very unorthodox tactics that they use.
He has a very intelligent way of saying it. I have more of like a pop culture reference. I wrote down Sergeant Rambo's tactical headfirst strategies. So Tech is highlighting, a thermal reading of how far the creature is and the distance between them and the creature. And Crosshair attaches one of his grappling guns to his
sniper rig. He like very quickly disassembles and then reassembles it. Like that's awesome. And using the shoulder of Tech again.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And the way he attached it very quickly, as you mentioned, and one shot. He attaches it. He gives the attachment off of his gun to
Hunter.
He's
like, "What are you doing?"
Going for a ride. Neck damage. None.
Man.
It's clone commando armor.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantasy.
Yeah. So, we get a glimpse of again his unorthodox strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was intentionally firing at the creature to, get him killed and eventually, dragging Anakin and him both down into the dirt.
Right.
I think he was just letting him know that, hey, I'm right behind you.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, but also he doesn't intentionally go all the way to their village. He goes on the outskirts.
Just far enough.
Yeah, just far enough so that
he also drops his gun.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys.
No one in this universe has a very good grip, but regardless of how good their grip is, he manages to get outside of the base, and he homes in with the rest of his team. He's like, hey, this is my coordinates. Rally up, right? And you had a very unique perspective of their strategy of getting down there. Rex reminds them...
Well, before they do that, actually, no. That's after. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else. Yeah, they go in. They're sticking with Anakin's order of don't harm them.
Mm-hmm.
So they do the rock what they call the rock slide maneuver.
But you had a different.
I just said boulder, and then whenever I was watching it, I was like possible Indiana Jones reference? Question mark? I don't know. But they use boulder slide. They just literally just roll a giant boulder into their village.
Yeah, another
and
example
then slide behind
of
it.
Wrecker's insane strength and stupidity. But he's a cool character. So.
But I gotta say, everyone else's accuracy in hitting just their weapons and not them, spot on.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even crosshair. It was
like everybody.
It was pretty much everybody. Just like they're shooting at them, and just immediately like all their weapons, and they're just like.
Yeah. So much better than stormtroopers.
Yeah. What happened, man?
So I don't know where they get their recruits from. But seriously, clone lives matter.
Right.
Bring them back.
Bring them back.
Anyway, so they end up putting all the villagers at an ease, disarming them. They get Anakin back, and the village leader.
Yeah, he's trying to speak to them, and Tech is translating. But the way I guess he gets it via audio, and then it translates it into text, and then it translates into Arabesh. I think that's what their common is. And he's saying like, we didn't want your war to come here. That's why we took your leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which very interesting way of going about it, but who am I to judge?
Yeah. You mentioned something about the way Tech is speaking their language whenever he's translating back to them.
Yes. I said it a little earlier. It sounds like that, like from the script or something like that. They just had D. Bradley Baker like say a line of something, and then they would just reverse that line and have it sound like it go backwards. Because some like I've watched enough like YouTube videos and like old machinimas and stuff like that, especially of Halo, where people try to do like their elite impressions, and they'll literally just have them say something or make noises and just reverse them. So it's like that's kind of what it sounded like to me. But I do love the politics echoey voices. It kind of has an echo to it, which, of course, echo is in the title.
Yeah,
but they essentially they agree to take them to where their friend is, which is when we see that Wat Tambor makes his return.
Yeah.
I forget exactly like what part of the Separatists that they are a part of.
They're the Techno Union.
The Techno Union, yeah, that's right.
We have no quarrel in the Republic. We're neutrality or
whatever he's. Yeah. He's gotta fix his audio tune mixer.
Yeah.
But
so we just had a scene with him basically confirming, he's in this episode.
Yeah.
He's the one who has echo.
Yeah. The thing that I like about Wat Tambor's design in the new episodes is that you can actually see his eyes this time. He doesn't have the goggles that you pointed out, and I completely missed because I was like, oh, I thought that was just to the lens on his eyeglasses, but those were his goggles.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I really liked is whenever that species, there was 3 of them. There's Wat Tambor
and
then,
two others. Yeah, I don't know exactly
workers.
what their species are called.
Yeah, but they get a transmission from Admiral Trench, and what I really liked about it was the sound and the visual effects that the transmission screen made.
Very similar to
episode 1.
The way that the Confederacy got their transmission from the Boo.
It is a Trade Federation.
Trade Federation, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so as you guys know, in episode 1, where the Trade Federation is blockading Naboo.
I'm gonna put the video right here so they can.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, freaking. We got visual aid right here.
Anyway, so the Trade Federation's blocking Naboo, and the guys, what are they?
Nemoidians.
Yes, the Nemoidians get a transmission from Queen Amidala, and it's their big screen in their ship, in their blockade ship, and it has like this water ripple effect, and the sound is like, right. That's probably not an accurate representation.
I'll play the sound right over your voice.
There you go.
It was actually perfect.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with sound effects.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But anyway,
like next, let's see. I want you to make the Aegean Ocean sound effect. Actually, not that bad. I might leave that in.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I thought that was really cool how that harkens back to episode 1, and it's actually pretty funny. I know I said I wouldn't watch any of the uncut videos, and I didn't. But this just makes me think of the time when I did watch the uncut videos all before season 7 was going to be remade or finished. And seeing the uncut footage of when they're receiving that transmission, it's very funny because you just see Admiral Trench just, pop in like, hello! And he's not a very attractive thing to look at, so, oh man. But anyway, they get that transmission. They infiltrate the tower, and
before that, we have a little argument between Rex and Crosshair.
Yeah,
with Crosshair basically heckling Rex for leaving Echo behind. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I don't blame you. I would have left him behind too. After all, he's only a reg."
Yeah, he's being a real douche.
Yeah, and I'll stand by what I said in the last video. I don't like Crosshair.
No.
He's my least. He was borderline like. Okay, there were parts of him that I'm like, okay, that was cool, and then there were parts of him that's like, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
He's bordering more on the side of like, I don't really like this guy.
No.
The other guys are fine, but this guy in particular, I'm just like, dude, we're being so edgy and just.
Yeah, he's just a punk, man.
He is, but thinks he's so cool with the crosshair scar on his eye.
Yeah, whenever he says that to Rex, you just see the captain just kind of snap.
Dude, he was gonna hit him before he even finished his sentence.
Yeah,
like he was swinging as he finished the sentence, and he hit him right in the back of the head.
Yeah, it took Wrecker to pull him off. Pick on someone not your size, and he said, "Well, I'm through with you."
Freaking Rex is standing up to this guy that you're gonna be a lot smaller by the time I'm done with you.
Yeah, and so.
Rex is freaking awesome.
Yeah, this just shows how much Rex cares about his troopers and his brothers that he's lost.
Yeah,
and as the conversation continues, Anakin asks the team to go down and scout ahead for an entrance to the towers.
Yeah,
and you see this bit of dialogue between the two, and Rex points out that as the war has gone on and as he's lost so many brothers, that he's had to cut off those connections. Right, he's had to stay stable and focused on the mission, even though people he's cared about are gone. And the part that I really like is in the previous episode when they're analyzing that comm chatter and they realize it's Echo, it's his CT number. You just see that connection that Rex had to cut off just instantly reconnect.
You just see it on his face. He's like, I don't believe it.
Yeah, even though he was like.
He had his suspicions before.
Yeah.
But they were all but confirmed there. And
yeah. And you just see, again, another example of how much he cares for his brothers, his clone brothers. And, Anakin's telling him, realistically speaking, you may not find what you're looking for. It may be hard to accept the reality. And he's like, well, I'll take care of that on my own. And just proving how complex and how great of a character he really is. And
this was something that you had said before we started.
Oh yeah,
they're playing the clones theme in the background, but it's not the normal tune. They have it like very spaced out. Yeah. Like the first 3 notes in particular, you were saying that it's very distant and drawn out.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're referencing that episode, season 1. I think it was 4
Rookies.
Yeah, Rookies, and it's that. I think it's a trumpet. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll play it here.
And we honor your comrade's sacrifice.
Your new unit is lucky to have you. I'd be proud to fight beside you anytime, anywhere.
Congratulations. You're not shinies anymore. With all due respect, sir, we failed our mission. We don't deserve this honor.
Rex, I hate to say it, but you have to prepare yourself for the possibility that Echo is dead, and this is all a Separatist trick.
Sir, I've watched so many of my brothers fall during this war, and I try not to hang on to any one of them. But that changed when I heard that Separatist transmission. It was no algorithm. That was Echo's voice. I know it.
I hope you're right. But if for some reason you're wrong,
then I'll deal with it.
So we get that piece of music again in this scene in particular, but like Cameron said, it's more drawn out, and it just really resembles Domino Squad. We have followed through the series of this particular squad, their ups and downs, and how each of them have passed. And after 5s, we thought that was it. And so, with the introduction of Echo being possibly alive, them throwing in that piece of music, I think was very, very cool.
Yeah, I guess you could say it was a distant echo of what the theme used to be. All right. And before we move on to the next scene, we did have one line of dialogue that reveals that Wrecker is scared of heights.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I ain't scared of nothing, but when I get real high, I got a problem with gravity.
I'm telling you, and I'll repeat this every single time. He just reminds me of Donkey Kong. Just dumb, but
strong.
It's so hard not to like him.
I know.
He's very likable.
He really is. He's
is
like a kid. Like you can't be mad at a kid forever. There are just times where you're just like, oh, you dumb kid, I love you.
Yeah, but anyway, we get to the arrival of the tower, and Tech's working
How high
on...
up are we going?
He's already like, oh man.
Yeah.
But Tech's trying to open the door. He gets it open very quickly.
And on the way up, Anakin's like, all right, this is going to be a stealth mission. That means no blasters, no yelling, no nothing. And the door's open. There are droids there, and immediately Wrecker's...
Yeah. And everybody jumps into action.
Blasting, making a lot of noise, throwing these droids out.
Rex just looks at Anakin. Well, so much for stealth.
Yeah. And and this is when I was like, oh, we got some new droids. They're very they're not the typical battle droids. They're kind of like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a comparison, but they have like multiple arms, each of them with a gun on it. They're like, it looks like they're kind of like on wheels, like they kind of roll around.
I don't know. I think they had kind of like a Talon foot. Yeah.
I don't know. They were just very, very different designs from what we're used to.
Yeah. If you guys know, comment below or something, because they may just be designated for the Techno Union security guards, but up to this point, I mean, I don't think there's even comics or books about these guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could be wrong, but as far as I know, we've never seen them in movies or the TV shows.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen a droid like it. But yeah, do comment below if there have been appearances of these droids before that we just somehow haven't found.
Yeah, very interesting, but they're worse than the regular.
Oh yeah, they're so bad.
But that could just be the, the veteran mentality and experience that the Bad Batch, Anakin and Rex bring to the battlefield. But
yeah,
I don't think so. I think they're just bad security
Yeah.
droids.
and of course they get thrown out, and you hear a couple of them go, "Why?"
Yeah. Yeah. So, what else?
Let's see. So yeah, they uh, so throughout the episode, Tech had been losing the signal
Mm-hmm.
of Echo, and I think it's around this time that he has a suspicion that he can only get the transmission whenever Echo's transmitting something.
Yeah. Whenever he's being analyzed for tactical information.
Mhm.
So
Which
they
all but confirming that he is in this location.
Yeah. So they all split up and they try to find him as quick as they can. And I don't know if this is a redeeming quality of Crosshair.
When he shot the droid that was behind Anakin.
Yeah, I think he was just doing his job.
Yeah,
at
I
that
mean, I
point.
feel like Anakin would have been fine.
Yeah. I mean, he
They
wasn't...
made it seem like a moment where like, oh yeah, Crosshair, he's still a good guy. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I don't think so.
You can have that clip of episode 1. Oh, I don't think so.
that's episode 3.
What did I say, episode 1?
You said episode 1.
You can have that clip of episode 3. Oh, I don't think so. But yeah,
they do eventually. They find the door, and of course, like Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking Wat Tambor is egging on Rex, saying like, "Oh no, your friend is dead. His mind is ours." And they get surrounded by all these droids, which leads to another amazing one shot that I noticed. It's panning around, following each of the clones, taking down droids in their own fashion.
Yeah.
I think we start with Anakin, then we go to Tech, and then Crosshair comes in at some point. He does this really cool slide and shoots up at a couple of droids, and then it eventually gets back to Anakin, finishing them off.
It looks like that was hurting him a little bit.
Ah!
But
I got a burn on his butt.
very, very cool one shot of all the squad and Anakin and Rex taking down the droids and securing their spot at the vault door.
And all of them stay out to cover Rex and Tech as they go in to find Echo, and they get into like this big chamber.
Yeah.
And it
very eerie.
It was very eerie it was definitely cryo because you see like frost coming off. And Tech opens the door, and this has to be one of there was a very disturbing thing for me to see, just Echo just slump forward, and get like you see him like bounce from the cords, and then you see his eyes.
Yeah, I mean they're just
like it was scary,
unnatural twitching, like he's analyzing code, like he's a computer analyzing code, just very very fast movements, and it adds to the very traumatic representation of Rex seeing Echo for
the first time. Yeah, and he's all like, our prediction of what he would look like was fairly accurate. He's missing an arm and he's missing his legs, and they've been replaced with robotics.
Yeah.
He's very shriveled.
Yes.
He's
you can see his ribs.
Yeah, you can see his ribs. Like his hair's been cut down. He's got all these cords and wiring going into the back of his head.
Yeah, all the ports. That's basically keeping him alive,
as far as we know, or at least keeping his mind connected to Techno Union and stuff like that. And they get him down, and like literally some of his first words is like, we gotta get to the ship.
Yeah, referencing the Citadel.
Yeah,
which was his last mission.
Yeah.
So,
and like it sucks to see that like his mind is, it's like he's been trapped in that moment all this time.
And I mean, this may add more clarity to your question in the last episode, if he will return to the field or not, like a tactical advisor or a trooper. And I think just the way he's presented in the episode, obviously, coming out of the chamber is going to be very like traumatic for him, and he's going to be essentially broken.
Oh yeah.
But I think maybe with the help of medical aid and reworking his brain and everything, he could come back. But just seeing him come out of the chamber and Rex bringing him down, and that little bit of dialogue that he's having with Echo.
Yeah, that very heartbreaking thing where he's like, Rex, you came back for me. I was like, that got me. And that's where the episode ended, right there. With he's not entirely disconnected yet, but they got him.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of endings.
Cliffhangers.
Big cliffhangers. Because you have the cliffhanger in the first episode, but you reach the point where they have Echo, they're at the facility, but Trench, Tambor, all the droids at the station know their location, right? So now the thing is, okay, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, they got to get out.
Make Echo stable, because at this point you don't really know if he can become stable. So there's that part of the story where you're thinking, well, crap, can we stabilize him somehow? Are we going to be able to move him? And then the other thing is how we're going to get out. Just those kind of cliffhangers. I do like them. It's good storytelling, but at the same time,
it leaves you.
I have to wait.
Yes, it leaves you. It leaves you wanting, and it leaves you thinking, and it's honestly, it's people hate it, but it's a really good way to get people back in their seats. To see
for
the
sure.
next one.
For sure. And did we leave anything out?
No, I think that's just about everything that I have. Do you have anything else? No? All right. Well, that was our thoughts on this episode. I don't really think I don't have any questions for, you pretty much stated any question that I would have is, how are they going to get him out? Can they get him out?
Yeah.
And we already asked the last part. Is he going to come back as a soldier? Is he going to live?
Yeah, and
I guess that's a question we can ask. Do you think that Echo's going to die in the next episode or two?
I don't think so, but I think that it's going to be very on edge storytelling, because there's the story factors of how are we going to get him stable, how are we going to get him out, and is there going to be a way to where everyone comes out? And I think at this point, with us getting used to kind of that storytelling, I think everybody will come out successful, but just the unknown tension is what's exciting.
It really is. So, and I cannot wait for next episode.
Yeah. It's definitely hitting hard, with this being the last season. They have some really good storytelling, and it is sad.
It is very sad.
It's
going to be sad to see it end.
Before I say anything else, there was an article that my friend sent me, and it said, you know what? Hold on. I'm just going to show you.
All right.
Yeah. So it said something along the lines of, I'm just going to shut up until I find it. After the Clone Wars, Star Wars needs to let go of the prequel era. And I guess this was a meme or something. I don't really know if this is true, but my friend sent me this, and then attached at the bottom, there's a meme that says, "Filth, you will pay for your insolence," and it's a dialogue from Maul.
Filth, you will pay for your insolence.
But man, that story arc is what I'm looking forward to the most, just because there's
seeing Maul come back again.
Well, yeah, and the fact that there's, at least to my knowledge, there's no uncut footage of that roaming around the internet, at least from what I can find.
Not that I've seen. I think the only thing that we've seen of Maul so far is from the trailers.
Yeah, so definitely that part of the storytelling is what I'm looking forward to the most, just because a longtime favorite, at least in my opinion, Ahsoka.
And I can't wait for her to come back. I've missed Ahsoka.
Yeah, definitely this story arc is very interesting, and we're happy to see Echo return.
Yes,
and we're definitely looking forward to more of the stories that the season has to tell. Right. So
it's gonna be exciting. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. And if you have any questions, let us know, and we will try our best to answer them whenever we get the chance.
No, we won't. Yeah, we will.
People gotta watch the episode if we're gonna answer the questions.
There we go.
Dude, we got a solid 8 views though.
We did?
Solid 8 views, one like.
Last time I checked, it was only 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple more. Nice. Yeah, man. Thanks for watching, guys. And
share with your friends.
Yeah, share it. Share it around. Sharing is caring. And
sharing leaves a drought in resources.
We'll see you in the next video.